We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Good. 180.
54. Check pass. Just pass. Hatchet.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. Andy Isabella, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forbath, the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd-year back from Florida State. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year. Franchise rookie record for Dallas en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
I got it. Back.
He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Set. 20.
Mike 54.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball.
Up.
Switch.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys! Andy Isabella with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days.
And he's into the clear. 30, the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Mayfield. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Run.
Mayfield to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. Cooper was the intended target.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Go! Vikings 13.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike, 55.
Bravo!
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. One. Kick. Hey, turn it up.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Austin. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Alert!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
First and 10.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Hurry!
Mike 40. I'm going to run you.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cousins. Buying time to his left. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw is Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Regular.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Check. Watch 54.
Hey, alert.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Hey, alert 33.
Joker.
Pistol. Point it right. Hey, Charlie. Hurry.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd down, it's Cook, and he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike, ready? Hey, check, Mike.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it. Cook. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think Go for two. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead.
It got his man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Forbath, the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on third. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it. it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. But find him. Find him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Andy Isabella was the intended target. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick-6 last week. Not a pick-6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
On that play.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing his Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the carry, it's Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an
where you getting up 37?
A gain of 32 that time.
Doesn't.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
No, I can't even hear him.
So right back to square one, tied at 28
Are you talking to something?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Like, I saw him join, but I didn't hear him.
No, I got my mic muted.
The Cowboys offense.
All right.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott.
What are you talking to? I can't hear them.
Yeah, that's RP.
With that last effort, he
say you can't hear you,
the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
And put the ball on the receiver before any
My phone chipping.
defender.
Where you at now?
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now this throw caught left side.
Oh, shit. All right.
He's got room. And he takes it down.
I'm still up. I was about to put my clothes on now. I was waiting for
It's a big play for the
I'll be out there.
on third. 56
I said I'm still in the house, but I'm about to start working now. Yeah.
Now Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Bro, tell me that to say you.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. Lacking
Hey, this is gay, bro. What's up with y'all, boys?
This is 3rd and 4. Now Cousins. Forced out to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, 133. Go, go.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Andy Isabella, 58 yards. And the Cowboys
all up and through that with
push on
Eddie
it
Isabella.
Forbath, the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hey, tell him at least I'm gonna be if he get back on the mic, ask him for me, tell him I'm gonna be around now.
Alright, I got you, bro.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 52 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Hey, high 7. Hurry, hurry.
A second down throw for Mayfield. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Cooper was the target there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
55, mark, 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. What's that? No. Off. 6 guys. Check first.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.
Set.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly.
There he goes, left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Andy Isabella, 53 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now a run with Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Kill. Slam. Bring up 48. Check. Lucky. Switch.
Now Cousins on 4th down. That one caught by Gibson. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
It's a game of 6. 1st down, Minnesota.
Yellow.
55.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Complete to Dalvin Cook.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Hey, we're good.
Again, it's Cousins. This is brought in by Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Cousins now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. One last shot now for Cousins, and that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be, and time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Bro, he stretched the entire game, bro.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Nigga trash, bro. Nigga down and all, and you still stretching the game. Like, nigga, never seen no shit like that, bro. Nigga probably could have won it. Bro, nigga could have. Bro, I don't stretch when I'm down. The fuck? I try to throw it, even if I throw picks, bitch, I try to throw the ball at least. Bruh. I beat him by 2 touchdowns. But the nigga was trailing the whole game, still stretching. Cause I don't even throw the ball like that. I only ran the ball like like 4 times. Dog, I was literally just trying to get Andy Isabella his dev, which I did. 8 catches for 350. That boy. Yeah, he's a superstar. Finally. I needed that. I don't even know, bro.